When it comes to the state of Pennsylvania, why did Dr. Oz lose? Well, it looks like, according to the exit polling, it's because Fetterman won.
Yes, good job, Ducey. That's why they pay you the big bucks. Now, that's Fox News offering a very thorough analysis of why John Fetterman beat Dr. Oz in the Pennsylvania Senate race. And let's look at the numbers. Again, Fetterman has been declared the winner. He won with 50.5% of the vote. Oz lost with just 47.1% of the vote. Now, why did Fetterman win so convincingly when most people were convinced that Dr. Oz actually had a fighting chance, especially after the debate where it was clear that Fetterman is still recovering from a stroke? Well, here's one reason. Let's take a look at the great state of Pennsylvania. Oh, look, it appears that there's a bit of a left-wing shift.
And more towards areas that Trump had done better in and Biden had done worse in. So Fetterman outperforming Biden in more of the rural areas, more of the western areas of Pennsylvania. So that's very relevant to how you run a campaign.
Yes.
So I want to get back to that in a second. I do want to say about Ducey, that was hilarious. I wanted to be fair to him, so I listened to the rest of the segment to see if he clarified, and he didn't. Okay, and so he probably slipped up and meant to say that's because Fetterman won in all these important demographic groups, but he didn't say that. But it is possible that he's just talking to a Fox audience. It's like, so now when Oz loses, Fetterman wins. Right? And the second reason he might have to clarify is because remember, the Fox audience thinks, no, when a Democrat wins, we still win anyway.
Yeah, no, that's actually the best defense of Ducey if you're looking to provide a defense for that insanely dumb comment, right? It's, all right, let's try to ease them into reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fetterman won because Oz did lose, he lost, okay? Like maybe that is it, I don't know.
Yeah, that has to be explained to Republicans these days.
And by the way, if that's the case, good on you, Ducey. I apologize for calling your comments stupid. But who knows, the jury's out on what the real intentions were there. Okay, so I also want to discuss how Fetterman ran a fantastic campaign and decided to campaign on the issues that actually matter to voters. For instance, his campaign platform included things like, more stuff in America, make more stuff in America, meaning manufacture more stuff in America, cut taxes for working people rather than wealthy individuals and corporations, ban Congress from trading stocks, and I love that one. I would put that at the top of the list. Slash out-of-pocket healthcare costs, love that one as well. And end immoral price gouging, which is absolutely contributing to inflation. And I wish that there was more of a principled message on that by the Democratic Party. Now, let's get to one other big reason.
Before you do, Anna, I want to talk about that list because there's two giant takeaways from that, okay? One is, if you notice, the entire list was economic. So while the Republicans and corporate Democrats love to run on culture war issues, right? Anna's been pointing out this entire time, very correctly so, that if you're on economic issues, that's where the Republicans are really weak because they have no actual plan. Fetterman realizes that, boom, does the Casper strategy and wins easily, even though he had a stroke, which is amazing. So the second thing is, and this is really important, and this is very bold, you're gonna be shocked that I'm bold. But if you have a Democratic candidate, I don't care if Biden's running or not running, that is populist, progressive, and runs on economic issues. You need all three, okay? So Tim Ryan had populist, but he didn't have progressive. Fetterman had all three, populist, progressive, and ran on economic issues. I guarantee you they win the primary and they win the general election easy. I don't care if it's Trump or DeSantis or anyone else. They win it easy.
Yeah.
You got to run just like Fetterman.
So let's go to what people are saying. Here's what people are saying, all right? We begin with one big reason, one of the other big reasons why Fetterman won. We can't talk about John Fetterman without talking about the youth vote. Almost 79% of young people voted for Democrats in the early vote, and more than 70% of young people voted for Democrats based off Pennsylvania exit polls. Young voters helped turn Pennsylvania blue.
told you.
Yeah.
I told you. Guys, how many times have I been saying, and I said it after 2020, I said it when people were dispirited after these different elections. I said, look, young voters are super progressive. They're massively progressive. And that wave is coming. And by the way, that's part of the reason why the Republicans are trying to turn fascist, because they know in a democracy that demographic shift, it will end them. The real demographic issue in America for Republicans is not black versus white, it's not gender, it's not any of those things, it's age. Under 45-year-old voters hate the Republican Party, they are very progressive. And so one of the things that I talked about before the election was Democrats only had two prayers. One was women voters showing up to vote on abortion, especially newly registered women. And number two was the younger voters, because every year there's more of them. And here it is in Pennsylvania.
Exactly. Now let's get to conservatives coping, seething, stewing. Buck Sexton didn't like the results of this race. People who voted for John Fetterman are why reality and rationality no longer matters in politics, just party identity and raw power. First of all, it's politics. It is about raw power. And it's about time Democrats understood that and fought as if they understood it. But number two, really, you're gonna talk about Democrats being out of touch with reality and rationality? Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Greene, Matt Gaetz, Herschel Walker. Okay, like really, we're having a conversation about reality and rationality. Okay, sit down.
By the way, if you read that entire tweet again, you will see that it is 100% projection about Trump.
1000%, yes,
yeah.
Yep.
People who voted for Donald Trump are why reality and rationality no longer matters in politics, just party identity and raw power. Fits perfectly.
My favorite tweet is from Benny Johnson. He's like, is Fetterman gonna show up to the Senate floor in a hoodie? Serious question.
Is it a serious question?
I don't know, maybe he is, who cares?
Yeah, really, that's your question? Like not, hey, are we gonna raise wages? Are we gonna have health care? Are we gonna have paid family leave? But your serious question is, will he show up in a hoodie on the Senate floor? And will Kristen Sinema have what kind of bag will she have as she votes for lower wages?
Dude, go work at E! They get to ask celebrities about what they're wearing all day long. So do it, please, do it. I'm sure they'd love to have you, except they wouldn't. So let's finally go to Maggie Haberman's tweets. She says that Trump is indeed furious this morning, particularly about Mehmet Oz, and is blaming everyone who advised him to back Oz, including his wife.
Loser, total loser. Biggest beta I've ever seen. I mean, what does Melania know about politics? I mean, American politics, not Slovenian politics, okay? You're asking Melania?
No, he never takes responsibility. He always looks for a scapegoat. He always looks for someone else to blame, including his own wife. Okay, so let's go to the rest of that. So he's blaming everyone who advised him, including his wife, describing it as not her best decision, according to people.
What a loser! What a loser!
I really hope those conservatives who tune in for our meltdowns are watching.
Not her best decision. Dude, I mean, look, he's the exact opposite of Harry Truman. Harry Truman said the buck stops here, right? Talking about the presidency. He's like, buck stops over there, over there, over there. Melania, it's her fault. She made the decision. You passed off the decision to your wife on who should be the senator from Pennsylvania? And your wife, who clearly doesn't care about politics, doesn't know politics, doesn't want anything to do with politics, and you asked her, she's like, oh, I think Dr. Oz is prettier, I like him. And then she kind of cucked you with him, and then now you're like upset about it. Oh, just because you thought Oz, why did you believe Herbert? But besides which, none of that is true. He made the decision, he made it. But he said
he did make the decision. I gotta give you the second tweet from Haberman. Worth remembering that Trump is a grown man. It's hard to remember that, but he is, that's true. Who endorsed Oz over the objection of some of the people closest to him and instead went beyond just endorsing and attacked Dave McCormick from the stage at a rally. And I do remember that. I remember when he endorsed Oz, and every major Republican who commented on it was livid and begged him not to. But he did it anyway, because of course Melania told him to.
Did Melania also tell you to lose to Biden?
And then finally, Mike Sington says the Fetterman Victory Party served crudité in an awesome troll of Dr. Oz, and there it is. Crudité, fresh, garden fresh vegetables, hummus, green goddess dip. Sounds delicious.
Yummy for our tummy, and served best with Donald Trump's tears. You know, before election night, he said, "If the Republicans win, it's all because of me. But if they lose, I shouldn't be blamed at all." Exactly what a loser, weak beta would say. Hey, Donald, did you ever consider manning up and actually owning up to things that you did? No, never, right? You know why? Because you're a beta. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.